internet! So today I'm going to be doing the Winter Wonderland book tag. This tag was created by Jack Eats Life, and I will put a link to the original video down in the description. I was tagged to do this by Megan Precourt, and so let's get started. The first question is, what book is so happy and sweet that it warms your heart? When I was trying to figure out an answer to this question, I realized that I don't read a lot of happy books, so I don't know what that says about me. But the best one that I could come up with for this was Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. This is just such a cute romance book, and it just made me really happy when I was reading it. This entire companion trilogy is really fantastic, and if you're into contemporary, I highly recommend it if you haven't read it already. Plus, I love this cover because my favorite color is pink. I don't really have a lot of pink books, and this shade of pink is just so pretty. The second question is, what is your favorite book with a white cover? For this one, I had to go with I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. This was my first read of 2016, and I've been kind of thinking back of what's probably going to make my top 10 list of 2016, at least that I've read so far up through this month, and this book is still probably going to make that list. It was just such a fantastic read. This book follows two twins, Noah and Jude, and so you will read from both of their perspectives. Noah's perspective is in the earlier years. I think he's about 13 if I remember correctly, and Jude's perspective is told in the later years, and she's about 16. There is LGBTQ plus representation in this book, and it is just, it's a very, very sad story, but I am so glad that I read it, and I highly suggest it if you haven't already. The third question is, you're sitting in a nice comfy chair wearing a onesie with a lovely warm hot chocolate. But what monster book are you reading? That book would definitely be A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. This is one of my absolute favorite books of all time. I loved it so much. It's such a sad story, but it is so worth reading. Plus it has these beautiful illustrations by Jim Kay, who also does the illustrations for the illustrated Harry Potter books. It's a short book, so it's a quick read, and it's definitely a book that I want to reread, so I probably will do that at some point soon because I really loved it. The fourth question is, it started snowing, so you decided to have a snowball fight. What fictional character would you love to have the snowball fight with? I feel like it would be a lot of fun to have a snowball fight with Luna from the Harry Potter series. Luna is one of my favorite characters from the series, and I just feel like having a snowball fight with her would be a lot of fun, especially since, you know, she can do magic, so it would get really interesting really quickly, and with Luna's creative mind, who knows what she would do, so I just feel like that would be a lot of fun. The fifth question is, sadly, your fire is beginning to go out. So what book would you tear the last few chapters out to throw into the fire? First off, I would have a hard time tearing out just a few pages of a book to throw into a fire. I would have a hard time throwing a book into a fire whether I liked it or not. So I basically just looked at my shelf and tried to pick out one of my least favorite books on it. For the most part, my books represent all of my favorite books because the main reason I keep books is because I liked them enough that I will want to reread them one day. So the best answer I could come up for this one is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, just because I really didn't enjoy this book a whole lot. I found a lot of problematic things with it, and even though I enjoyed the second one a lot more, I really didn't enjoy this one that much. It was kind of hard to get through. I don't know if I would necessarily throw it into a fire, but it's the best that I could do for this answer. And the last question is, what book is so close to your heart that you would gift to someone this Christmas who hasn't read before but wants to get into reading? Now, a lot of people have probably already read this series, especially in their childhood, but if they haven't, I would definitely give them, of course, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling, because this is the series that ultimately sparked my love for reading as a kid, and I feel like it's a series that everyone should at least try to read in their lifetime because it is just so magical, and it means so much to me, and it would mean a lot to me if I gave this book to someone who hadn't read it yet and they ended up absolutely loving it. That would just be amazing. So that is the Winter Wonderland book tag. So I'm going to tag two people in this video. I'm going to tag Morgan from the YA Wizard, and I'm also going to tag Alexandria from the Books Buzz. I look forward to watching your videos, ladies. And of course, if you want to do this tag, I will leave all of the questions down in the description, and that'll be it for this video, and I will see you guys next time with another video.